Here's the front end. This is the bay window looking out the front. I've got a tarp on the trailer, so that's what you see out the window. But this is the tongue end. There's the tongue out there. And you'll see that what I did here was I've left the original floorboards on the cargo trailer and the side rails. This is a 12-inch height rail. And then I wanted to use some of this space here on the tongue, so I made the exterior bump out a little bit. I call this my bay window. And so that you see how I did this, of course I've got the basic 2x4 framing here and across down. This is my framing. Of course I made 2x4 structurally because this is the front end that will be hitting all the wind. So I used 2x4s here, where the rest of these structures here, like this vertical one and the roofing purlins, are 2x2s. So, but for structural strength, I wanted the 2x4s in the front. This window will open, and I have these little hooks, hook and eye here, and you pull back on that. There's another one over here. Pull back on that. And then I have, you can open this window. Now I devised this little, it's a leg, really. This is how I open this window, and then I use this little toe kick to hold it at right there, and then I put this end here. You'll see it's notched, and that matches the shape going the other way, of course, like that. So it holds the window open. All right, well, that's the front door, and that is only about 3 feet tall, but that's really just access to this little storage area in the front, so that's inside. Also, what I did, this bottom panel under the window is an emergency egress as well, and I have these hook and eye latches. This panel, this piece here, is literally just a panel from the outside. It's 3/4 inch, again, for the wind stress from traveling with towing it behind the car. But I do have these little hook and eyes, and that's how this piece is attached to the wall. And I can climb in here and lock it behind me and have the outside of the doors all locked from the exterior. There is a cutout here so that when my foot, my tongue foot, cranks up, the bottom of it, the plate, will pop through here. I'm going to build a little square cover over that so that no bugs get in the process. But while it was a cargo trailer, it was sufficient the way it is. So that's it for the bay window. And but you can see it's pretty beefy up here. It's held its own. I've gone down the highway. I've put on about 2,500 miles with this thing, and it has held up. You see all my liquid nails. These are all just little supports that I put in here because this was only a 1/4 inch plywood here, so I didn't have much faith in it to hold up against the wind. So I made double little wedges in here to hold everything up. But it's really done quite well. I'm very pleased with it. Another little nifty trick that I designed when making this back door for the trailer, I liked having these back doors open and that I could sit on the edge there with both doors open, and it was actually a little breeze that came through when I opened that front window. So while I was in here packing and working, I would wedge these doors open, and sometimes when you're parked on an incline, they tend to slam closed. So what I did was, with the when this door closes and swings inward, this is your bottom jamb, and of course I didn't put one all the way across because I was trying to keep the weight light. But now, as I will be enclosing this trailer for airtight insulation and being able to use it as a camper, I will of course be adding that weight. I will make a floor jamb or a threshold all the way across. But what I did was I made this little block of wood, if I can get it out of there now. which literally was just a little scrap, but because this wants to close on its own, and I didn't want it to, I would put this in here and kind of tap it down in there. So now there's my door stop. It holds the door in an open position. On this side, whoops, I drink my iced tea, get this out of the way. On this side, this block is the door jamb opener, and because it was larger and this one opened further on an angle, and I don't know exactly why, but this door, maybe my unstraight carpentry cuts, this door actually opens a little bit more wide than the other door. So instead of just putting a square block here, I cut that at an angle to match the amount of the angle at the bottom of that jamb. So now I put that in there, and that holds this door open. And then what I can do is I had an extra piece of roofing, and I saved it because I can tuck it up under here. And actually I have it upside down, but it tucks under. Oops, come here. I can't do it with one hand because I'm holding the camera with the other hand, but it wedges under here somehow, like so. And then I actually have a little porch, a little roof. I don't know, you can't see it really. Here, go up here. And of course you see I have a tarp over the rest of the, because I'm working on it, and it's right now just as storage. But when I'm in here sitting and working, and of course Florida has flash thunderstorms, so sometimes I'm working here, and I have a little extended porch cover. And this is very lightweight. It doesn't have a frame around it. It's flexible. I actually have, I clamp it down. I keep clamps up here on the side rail, so I take those clamps there, those spring clamps, and I'll just clamp up right to the door so that even in the wind, I've got my porch. And I think that's pretty ingenious. Now, what I do want to do with these doors, of course, this is just very thinly made. Of course, I was trying to keep things light. I'm going to make this door, put another brace in, a vertical and a horizontal. And then these will be insulated as well. But one thing that I notice when I have this little extended roof on, which is lightweight and portable, and it snaps right into place, plus these two doors on the side, it kind of makes an extended porch area here. And if I put a tarp across and hang it down this way, this would be a perfect little place for my quickie camping shower. It would flow right down onto the grass and or into you know, the soil, the rock, wherever I would happen to be camping, and use my biodegradable soaps and shampoos, and then that would go. This would be a great little place for my own little shower. Back it up into my parking spot and do a quickie little thing here. All right, so that's more of my idea. I don't know. I've got the tarp over it. As I said, it's been sitting here. We've had a lot of thunderstorms, the rain, and the sun beating down from the Florida sun. And I will be taking this roof off to lift the wall 1 foot higher. There's my old website, takemehome.net. I think I still own the domain name, but it forwards to intheclouds.net, which is the one that I've been using to show the build of the log cabin and stuff. This little fencing I attached from, it's just cheapo garden fencing. It's only, I don't know, 6 inches high or whatever. It's just really just for the cute effect on the outside of the trailer. And to hold it away, so it gave a 3D look, I just made these little spacers, and I put them in between, and then I screwed directly through every 2 or 3 verticals to get that going on there. And again, this has been back and forth to North Carolina, so it has withstood some very high strength winds. One thing that didn't last the wind was my window box. I do have to take out my fake flowers that usually sit under my little window, which is, actually, it's a really cute little window box. My awnings over this back window, these held up very well. I've got them supported with just chunks of 2x4. I think there's 3 of them across, yeah, that go across. And again, a little piece of this really lightweight. Now you see this here on the front side, this is a door, and I've put these latches on that twist and turn. This one is, I just had it locked, so you can see that I did that. You open that one up, this one up, and there's your door that gives you access to, right now it's of course a mess, but this front section here, which I'm going to have closed off for my propane tank, my battery bank, that kind of stuff. So that'll be right in here. I've got my first layer of insulation on here, but actually I should leave this open. I use this little stick for right now to pry the door open, wedge it in there, and there you have an opening door. Okay.